What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. Sun's going down and it's starting to get a little bit cooler, but that is not stopping me from talking about something very important here. And this is a little bit controversial. It involves two brothers in another wacky, crazy adventure. And of course, I'm talking about Mario and Luigi Brothership. Lots of positive and negative reviews across the board. Some people like it, some people don't like it. And me? Well, I love it. Sorry, I had to put my hands up for that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna cover some things in which I see why it would get the negative review, and I'm gonna do that first because the positives are definitely way more. Mario and Luigi Brothership. First of all, what happened with the graphics here? The graphics look so different, so unique, so beautiful. Cel-shaded Mario and Luigi. Can we please have that from now on, please? Like, please, because it's too beautiful. It is too beautiful. Looks like a comic book across the board, and I love it. I love it. I love that style. I love what Nintendo did this time. It gives it a fresh, unique look. There are some things that I did notice right away when it came to character proportions. It is a little different. I mean, it's like looking at new characters, but of course it's still Mario and Luigi and all the other traditional Toad and characters like that. But it just does too good. And starting with the negatives, there are some performance drops. I'm not sure if it's going to be addressed in a later update. I know the game has been out for a little bit now, and it's still on version 1.0.0, but I do notice that there are a little bit of hiccups here and there. Now, in my experience, I noticed that only when starting in the world map and choosing what currents to go on, the little notification box that appears on the top whenever you're close to a new island, I did notice that made the screen stutter a little bit. But after that experience, I never had it again, and it's still on the same current version. I'm playing on a Nintendo Switch OLED. I know it has the let's just say the 2.0 version processor. Nothing fancy, just gives it a little bit more battery life. So performance wise, of course, it's the same. Never got updated, and we're still waiting for Switch 2. That's the only time I had that issue. And issue number 2 that I noticed was simply, and of course, guys, I'm gonna put this really simple. Video games are video games. If it's a kid's game, it is most likely designed for a kid. Meaning, past games that we've gotten from Nintendo, past games that we've gotten from Nintendo, you know that it's made for a kid, but there are little things in it in which it has double meaning. So it does hold a wide audience. This game is definitely designed for a kid. Mind you, Nintendo games are often all designed for children. Nothing wrong with playing video games. I love video games, but this game is definitely made for a kid. It repeats a lot, just like how I just did, just like that. Nothing wrong with it, but just have in mind that it will repeat itself a lot. A lot of objectives get repeated when you go from your ship to the next island. Before the ship, I mean, you already know that you have to get these islands connected. I mean, you can kind of get that from the opening video, and it does get repetitive. But once you skip through that, it's really no big deal. It just handholds you a lot, though. So every time you go somewhere, you can't get through an area. That's where they have Luigi now come up with his own Luigi logic. So he'll give you like a brief moment in which he will have like an epiphany, and then he will come up with like a cool solution to an issue that you can't get to. Like, for example, there's a gap you can't get through, or you have to throw items between each other in order to traverse or solve puzzles. So those are neat little things that get introduced because number 3 for me, Luigi doesn't get used a lot. In past games, starting with the OG Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, they had dedicated buttons. So Mario was A, Luigi was B, and then in order to solve puzzles, you had to use Mario in one area, you had to use Luigi in another area, and then together you guys can solve it. This one, no. This one, Luigi's all controlled. You can jump with B, but it's all controlled through L. So whenever there's an object that you can break or an object to pick up, you just press L and automatically Luigi will do it for you. It's different. I wish it would be a little more no, you know what, it's different. So I think that's why I'm not a big fan of it. But as you play the game and get used to it, I did notice that traversing through the land, it does have a lot more platforming in a sense. And of course, I'm not gonna say that knowing that past Mario and Luigi games had a lot of platforming, but the level design kind of makes up for it, even though, once again, let's keep it in mind that this kid, it's made for a kid. So passing over to the good part now. Storyline, great, simple, of course. You know, you gotta rescue the islands, put them all together, beat the final boss, I imagine, just like it usually is. But on this game, it's different that it's not really a level chooser. It has a ship that goes around on the map, and then you have different currents to go on. As you choose your current, you do have to wait until the ship gets close, and once it gets close, you have to get on the cannon and aim yourself to the island. Then you can traverse from the ship to the island. Once you get them connected, you could go back, finish any unsolved areas, and then there are some flowers that bloom as you beat the island, so there are some extra areas that are unlocked. The battle system, let's go back to Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. It feels exactly like the original. Kudos to Nintendo. The feeling of the battle system is so comfortable. You have to get used to it because you do have to mash the buttons when you attack the enemies to make sure you get bonus damage. But this game feels exactly like it originally did. I like the bros attacks. So the bros special attacks, once again, reminds me like the originals. Partners in Time. What else do we have? Bowser's Inside Story. And then, well, Once we start getting to the later ones, it's a little different, but nonetheless, there are some great ones out there, starting with Superstar Saga, of course. This game felt good. The whole gameplay experience was great. Bros attacks, going back to that, oh, I love seeing the special animations. Nintendo has had a thing where they keep doing new animations, kind of like Marvel vs. Capcom special attack animations, to where it's unique per character, and I love that. They added a new type of it's not really an attack, but it's more like a plug-in that adds to your attacks, and it's like a socket attack or plug attack. So whenever you do those types of attacks, in my opinion, it just kind of helps with the overall pace of the battle, such as certain attacks, they will follow up with an area attack. So whenever you choose one enemy, you'll do like a wide area attack where it will affect the enemies around that enemy that you chose. And I like that because it does make the battle go by quicker. After a little bit, yes, it's a turn-based game, so some battles after a while it will feel repetitive. I think the parts that people think are negative, we gotta stand back and look with a wide lens and understand that look at the game. It looks like a comic book. It looks like a kid's drawing. And these are the games that, instead of criticizing, I love the fact that I can just sit back and enjoy the game, not have to think, not have to use my brain constantly, fearing for my life, using the dodge button like it's water, like drinking water. Sometimes you just want to enjoy a game, and these are the types of games that I appreciate, because it shows that sometimes, I mean, you just want to enjoy yourself. You don't want to be constantly like watching your button control and making sure that your eyes are glued to the screen, and of course I'm having like Bloodborne throwback moments. But besides that, I love this game. I would definitely recommend it. Like I said, there is hand holding, but I really recommend the game. Battle system is so good that it's just one of those games that you just have to try, and then once you try, you're just gonna get glued. So hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and like and subscribe the video. If you comment if you played the game, let me know what you think, and I'll check you out on the next one.